This is our review of last week. Last week was our first lecture for the semester, more or less, where we talked about chapters 1 and 2. In this review and in others, it'll be similar. I will be covering the quiz from last week, and I will be going over the Finsta posts, and and I have I'll be going over the slides from last week quickly, and then I will be giving a little announcement, I guess, or talking about the art of the day presentation yet again. So, starting off, last week we had a quiz, and the first question was describe the form of the artwork. This is the artwork. That what are the elements and how are they organized? The answer that I wrote, and if you have something similar to this, you will have gotten full credit for the quiz. The answer I wrote is, again, in describing the form of the artwork. The painting is divided into a top half and a bottom half, where the top is blue and the bottom is green. Blue, green. The blue and the green look like earth and sky. Earth, sky. In the center of the paintings are large beige forms that appear to be 5 women holding hands. The women are arranged in a circle. So, what is form? Form is what we see, what we are looking at, how the artwork is organized. So, question 2. List all the iconography in the artwork and what they represent. What I wrote was, the green represents earth, probably a hilltop, where the blue represents sky. The 5 women that are holding hands appear to be moving in a circle, which represents dance or some sort of ceremonial celebration. Now, it is important to note that iconography might mean one thing to one person and another thing to another person. I wanted to specifically talk about iconography that might be a bit more universal. So those are the ones that I listed. What is the medium of the artwork? And describe the artist's technique. The medium of the painting is oil on canvas. It says it right here, oil on canvas. It looks like the artist used only a few colors, and it looks like their technique was to paint large flat shapes. The artist used a smaller paintbrush to outline some of the forms, these black lines. The painting appears to be almost childish or very simple in its design. So the medium and the technique. The medium is what the artwork is made out of. In this case, it's oil on canvas. And the technique is how the medium was handled. So the technique is describing the way the medium was handled. Think about the form, iconography, and technique of this painting. In one sentence, what is the subject matter of the artwork? The subject matter is everything going on in the artwork, just reminding you. 5 women holding hands in a circle and dancing on a hilltop. That is the subject matter. Not necessarily inferring what is going on, but like what they're doing or reading too much into it. It's just describing. The subject matter is everything in the painting without interpreting it. Think about the form, iconography. We already did that. All right, last question. While looking at the Art of the Day handout, tell me which artist you were assigned and what is their primary process. So the artist assigned to you is directly to the right of your name on the handout, and the box to the left of your name tells that artist's process. Let's see. Come on. All right, so on this page, for example, to the right of Fatima's name is Robert Longo. To the left is drawing. So the correct answer for Fatima is Robert Longo and drawing. The correct answer for Nicole G is Keith Haring and street art. Jolene is Pipilati wrist and video/performance art. So those are your correct answers. I want to go over the Instagram posts. So these are some screenshots of the Instagram posts. And this is Andrew's submission, a painting by David Hockney, and 1997, oil on canvas, 48 by 60. The question that I asked you to answer was describe the lines and the emotions that the lines could convey. So his response was the lines used in this painting are not straight and curved, giving the feeling of more relaxed and comfortable visual. Okay, I will say that, I'll read that again, but I'll interpret it in my way. The lines used in this painting are straight and curved. So straight being the architecture and curved being, say, the road. Feeling more relaxed and comfortable visually. I agree with that. That there are straight and curved and it is relaxed and comfortable. This one by Bobby, let's see. Artist Elizabeth Payton, watercolor on paper, 12 by 9, 1997. The colors complement the emotions conveyed through the man, Matthew Smoking. It gets you to feel melancholy, I feel like. I think that is totally true. And what that would have, well, that's good talking about the colors. And then the use of watercolor gives you the impression that this was captured moment in time. That was a bit of a blur, something that was remembered. The medium is what gives this piece a feeling of it representing memory. I do want to say that these, I suppose what he wrote, I think they're really great interpretations, but there are two things wrong with this post, so try to not fall into this trap, guys. One is that he wasn't addressing the question of the quality of the lines and how the lines affect the viewer. So try to keep it to the prompt. And then the other issue is that this artwork was taken straight from my PowerPoint presentation. I want to remind you that when we're doing these posts, I want you to find an artwork that you see in the presentation that is interesting, and then I want you to look at other art made by that artist and post that. So I'm not trying to call you out on this, Bobby. I just want to make sure that people are straight in what they're doing. So stick to the prompt, and then also use the presentation that I give you as a resource to find other artwork that was not in that presentation. So Bobby could have looked up Elizabeth Payton's art and found another painting and posted about that. All right, post by Emily. This is a beautiful painting by Claude Monet. A woman with a parasol, Madame Monet and her son. So, oil on canvas, 39 3/8 by 31 7/8 inches, created in 1875. The lines in this piece are very blended together and abstract, and overall I get a very relaxing, refreshing, and warm feeling from the painting. I agree, and Emily, you did an excellent job in this post. I think that you're like straight to the point, followed the prompt, and a great selection. And Monet is an amazing painter. He died, but a great artist. And then I know I'm not the only one that likes Monet because Margaret followed up with another one by Monet, painted in 1884. I guess the painting's called Bordighera. Uh, must be an Italian town or something. Oil paint on canvas, 25 and a half inches by 32 inches. The lines in this artwork are very organic, delicate, curvy, cool, textured, and blended. This helps me to understand that this is meant to be a tranquil artwork that brings out the beauty of nature. Well put. I I think that cool is a strange use for lines unless I suppose you're talking about the color qualities of the or like what color the lines are, but organic, delicate, textured, blended, perfect. All right, Marcus is a Van Gogh fan. Medium oil on canvas, year 1888. The lines are organic, smooth, and soft. I'd like to add again where I wanted to know how do the lines make you feel, or what are the emotions being portrayed. This is a great artwork that I have never seen before. So nice one on this, Moises. Um, Kristen Baker, acrylic on PVC. Geez, I don't know centimeters very well, but it looks very large. 304 centimeters, so that's like 3 meters, so that's 9 feet tall by 609 centimeters, so that's about 18 feet long. 2004. The main 2 lines are vertical with flowy lines. The painting looks organized, makes me feel like I am at a racetrack. Great interpretation, Moises, and this is a really nice selection for the photo. I have not seen this artwork before. Of course, Andy Warhol, presented to us by Jessica. Marilyn Monroe, the medium, is a portfolio of 10 screen prints, not screenshots. Check your autocorrect when you're typing these things. So portfolio of 10 screen prints, dimensions, composition and sheets, each 36 by 36. So it is what this artwork would have been a grid of 10 3-foot by 3-foot giant prints that are next to each other. 1967. The lines are either super solid and unrecognizable or very light and noticeable of the detail they are trying to portray. This screen print portrays beauty and confidence. Okay, I can get behind all of that. Let's move on. And a really great painting by Salvador Dali, presented by Jolene. So Salvador Dali, oil on canvas, 69 inches by 69 inches, 1963. The lines are organic and soft, and they feel mostly organized. Great. This sentence, it is short, and I love it. It follows exactly what I want. I like this sentence as well, or these 2 sentences, but it's longer than it needs to be. I'm not going to stop you from writing more than what you want. Just want you to know. But thank you for that, Jessica. And those are some examples of our Instagram. Now, moving on. Last week, I introduced the Art of the Day presentation. And again, you have to do a PowerPoint. It is due March 14th, 2021. That PowerPoint needs to be given to me in a PDF format. And this tells you how to save as a PDF. One thing that I did not include in last week's lecture is I did not tell you where to turn this in. So let's go to Blackboard, and under our long assignments, we have the Art of the Day. Now I added, I didn't have it activated, but it should be available for you now. This says turn in Art of the Day. On all of these assignments for the long assignments, there should be, maybe not extra credit or fence to post, but for these, all these other ones, there's going to be something that says turn in, and that's where you turn in your document. And I believe in each case, I'm asking you to turn in a PDF. So, turn in Art of the Day. It says submit your Art of the Day presentation here. It tells you the due date, the number of points possible, and then just browse your computer and upload it. And that is it for the Art of the Day. So lastly, I want to go over, and I'll try to do this as fast as I can, the slides from last week. So we were talking about chapter 1, and I was introducing design principles and definitions. So we were talking about form, iconography, mediums and techniques, style, subject, and content. So form refers to the totality of the composition. It's everything that you see and how it's organized and arranged. Iconography. Things mean other things. Symbols have meaning. Images have meaning. So we have a peace sign. We have a dove with another peace sign. We have these red and black prints which almost look like war propaganda. All right, we see Elvis shooting a gun at us. Iconography. All right, mediums, techniques. So medium is what the material is made out of. Technique is how the material is handled. So the medium for this is chocolate, and then how it's handled for this piece, the artist Janine Antoni, she chewed on it, she gnawed on it. So she cast the chocolate into a big cube and then started eating it. That is the technique. So the technique for Monet is the medium is oil on canvas, and then the technique is flowy, organic lines, very dreamlike, very soft and cool colors. Style. Style is the distinctive mode of expression that results from the way an artist handles materials. Style. So anyone knows that without have ever seen this painting by Vincent van Gogh, you know that it's Vincent van Gogh because he's developed a style. Styles are also classified more largely in art movements. So you've got abstraction and impression and stuff like that. Subject is what of the artwork. People, places, things, themes. So what are the nouns that you see in the artwork? Think of subject as nouns. People, place, and things. I want to remind you that the subject can be non-objective. Content is more like why of the artwork, like why did the artist do what the artist did? All right, and then we talked about lines, quality of lines, shape, light, value, color, texture, space, time, and motion. Line, line. So you can describe lines in different ways. You've got length, width, height. And you can use any word to describe the lines that you see, like such as wavy, organic, straight, rigid, oval. Expressive qualities of lines. So expressive qualities being, how does it make you feel? How does this painting make you feel? To me, it's very clinical, very rigid. The one on the left is less organized and makes me feel like a ball of anxiety. The one on the right is more organized and I feel less anxiety, but I feel kind of trapped. Contour. Those are the lines that go around the edges. Or they might follow shadows. These are the contours. There's a difference between actual line and an implied line. An implied line is something that is connected visually, but not actually. So this dotted line is a simple example of an implied line, whereas this is an actual line. Implied. Psychological lines, where one object is pointing at another object and you create a visual line between them. Functions of lines, we've got outline and shape, depth and texture, illusions of volume and mass, and then we have characteristics of shapes. So shapes can be described in just about any way as well. Distinct areas within compositions, those are shapes. We've got geometric, rectilinear, curvilinear, organic. And then abstract shapes are shapes connected to the world of visible reality, though that connection may be tenuous. Non-objective shapes make no reference to the visible reality. We've got shapes that are kind of shapeless. Figure ground reversal. I think this is a really great photo of, is it a bunch of women or is it a skull? Kind of like it. Figure ground reversal, it's an ancient practice. And then here's Salvador Dali, figure ground reversal. Iconic shapes. Iconic shapes. And then more iconic shapes. All right, that's the end of the review. Go ahead and watch your Chapter 3 lecture and your Chapter 4 lecture, and then take your quiz and do the Finsta post.